Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, as you may have noticed, things are a little bit different today. I am not on my usual computer. I am taking a little trip, so things are gonna be different this week around. But I do still plan on streaming in the morning. So, welcome. And today there's a lot to talk about because Bitcoin is ready to explode. There's some big news today. But yeah, let's do this, and hopefully you guys are enjoying my interviews. Which first one was yesterday, LTO Network with Rick. Today is gonna be a big one, StormX with Simon, and you know what? These are terrific interviews, so make sure you tune in. But I'm gonna tell you more about it and then give you an entire lineup in a little bit. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, 11 a.m., 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, especially Instagram since I'm growing it. Now, because of my setup, it's a little unusual. So I'm going to be, actually, I don't have dual screens. So I'm going to be looking at comments on my phone while I'm doing this. So you guys let me know. And hopefully the sound is coming through okay because I am on my laptop. I don't have my fancy setup with me today. So, yeah, let's do this. Let me change. I don't have to change my screen. Okay, that's better. All right, guys. So Bitcoin went up once again, 58,700. So it's closing in at 59,000. Actually, it was above 59,000. Came back down a little bit, but you could see ever since this week started, that's kind of what I was hinting last week, that I think this week is going to be a good week. I mean, without options and futures expirations to worry about, Bitcoin could just do its thing. And it is slowly coming back up. And keep in mind, we're not April yet. I've been hyping up April because if you look at history, April has been a very, very, very good month for Bitcoin, and we're not there yet. And March is turning out to be a pretty good month because if you look at where we are now versus where Bitcoin was when we first started in March 1st, you'll see that we're up like a good 15%. So we broke this traditional history of having a horrible month or a down month for March. Knock on wood. We still have some time left, but still it's looking pretty good, and March is looking pretty good too. But there's just so much things going on with Bitcoin. I think I had a pretty epic rant yesterday about why Bitcoin is going much higher. So I think a lot of you guys enjoy that. But I mean, yeah, there's just so much. There's so much, and today we have some good news that's driving Bitcoin higher, and that is PayPal. Now, PayPal already declared they were going to allow users, their 300 plus million users around the world, to buy Bitcoin and crypto on their app, and that was huge. I forget when that was announced, maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I mean, time flies in crypto world, but when they announced it, Bitcoin got a huge, huge pump. Today, they're announcing something almost as big, but basically, any merchant now that utilizes PayPal will be able to accept Bitcoin and crypto. So specifically, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So out of those three, there's only one that you should really hold. I would say two that you should really hold, and one that you want to actually spend. And I'll let you guys guess which one out of three you should really spend and which two you should hold. But I think this is pretty big. So according to this article on CoinDesk, 29 million merchants all of a sudden now can accept Bitcoin and crypto. So this is huge. In terms of adoption, it doesn't get any bigger than PayPal. PayPal is literally everywhere. Every single online merchant is accepting PayPal or utilizing PayPal. Now they're going to be accepting crypto. So this is obviously very, very good news. Not as big as allowing people to buy straight from PayPal out, but still, this is what drove things a little bit higher today. And yesterday, I talked about how there was distrust with Wall Street. So that was a reason to drive Bitcoin higher. See, like every day, there's just more and more news that drives Bitcoin higher. This is why I don't think Bitcoin is anywhere near a top, nowhere close of a top, and why it's going to continue higher and higher and higher. And this is why I get plenty of sleep now, zero stress, by simply dollar cost averaging and holding. Not trying to time top, not trying to time bottom, not trying to look at patterns or oversold situations that a lot of other people will tell you about and tell you how, paint this whole gloom and doom scenario about how Bitcoin is topped out and, you should be careful and this and that. No, just pay attention to what's going on in the real world, in the outside world. Look at the macro factors. Look at what is happening with inflation, with stimulus packages, with whatever else is going on, right? And pay attention to what Wall Street is doing, banks are doing, and you'll see that the conclusion is Bitcoin is going much higher, much, much higher. All right, so hopefully, I'm kind of glancing at the comments here, so it seems like things are pretty good. My sound and video is good, not cutting out, so that's pretty good. All right, so what else is there? Well, today, something else launches, and I'm not sure if this is a good thing or not, but CME is launching micro Bitcoin futures, another derivative product. This time, micro Bitcoin futures will be 1/10 the size of one Bitcoin. So the regular futures, I believe, is 5 Bitcoins. Every contract is 5 Bitcoins. But this one will be 1/10 the size of Bitcoin. So roughly $5,700 or $5,800 per contract. I'm not sure this is a good thing. But it is coming. Every exchange out there, or every brokerage or financial firm, they're trying to find ways to get into Bitcoin, right? Or offer some kind of Bitcoin services. So CME, for good and for bad, they launched Bitcoin futures, and now we're seeing some weird activity before expiration. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. And pretty soon we'll have Bitcoin ETFs. In the United States, at least. We have it in Canada already. All this is, in the end, go drive more money into Bitcoin. And you know what? I think it's going to be good overall. Short term, yeah, maybe there's going to be some volatility, some manipulation, some price discovery based on this. But you know what? When Bitcoin heads to $12 trillion market cap, $100 trillion market cap one day, if that's possible, all this just goes away, and you won't even remember. You won't even remember these small dips and volatility. It'll just seem really, really silly. All right, what else is there? Let's see. Tether stablecoin is fully backed. Says new assurance report. This is something that a lot of people is worried about. I even mentioned it during my interview with Kevin. Because there's some question whether or not stablecoins are fully backed. Now, my answer to that is any stablecoin from a company that's based in the U.S., yes, like USDC, GUSD, they're fully backed. They're heavily audited and regulated and looked at, scrutinized. The regulators are looking for a reason to shut them down, but they can't because they're legit. So, like anything from the U.S., I fully trust. But Tether, had a shady history, let's just say, a questionable history. But now that they have settled with the New York Attorney General's office and they're getting audited quarterly, I just don't see how they're gonna mess around. This is kind of like their one free pass. If they do it again, they're done. So I just don't see how they're gonna fool around in the future. And this new report says that, yeah, they're fully backed. That was the report when they settled with the New York Attorney General's office that it was fully backed. So I don't expect this is going to change anytime going forward. All right, what else is there? Let me see. I'm just scrolling through the chat here, making sure I'm not missing anything. And yeah, the chat mods, I really need your help because I'm not able to really help in and join in on the chat. So things are looking pretty good so far. All right. So look at this. Michael Jordan joins $305 million investment in the firm behind NBA Top Shot. Karthik. Ethereum price prediction for April, please. I would say if Bitcoin ends up like 80, 90, 100,000 by the end of April, I would say Ethereum would be at least 4,000, 5,000. That's what I'm guessing. It really depends on where Bitcoin is going, but April has been, like I said, a really, really bullish month. And if Bitcoin carries up a lot, so will Ethereum and others. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. But anyways, this is an investment into Dapper Labs, and they are the creators of Flow. I've been saying Flow, if it just opens up more on U.S. exchanges, it would blow up. Just look at what's going on. NBA Top Shots is so hot right now. So now this latest investment round includes Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant and others, a bench of 30 athletes. Now it's just like, it's just blowing up. Why would you not want to? This is like the new age, crypto and sports collectibles and sports. I mean, it's all into one, right? So that's why I love Flow, and I just think that they're going to do a lot better once they open up on U.S. exchanges, which they haven't. It could be because their token sales or there's something else going on, but they are absolutely crushing it. And this is also the reason why NFTs is not going away anytime soon. It is just getting started. Yes, there's a lot of very high evaluations right now, but man, NFTs are here to stay. There's so much money coming in, so much money. Jordan asked about Saren Labs. I have a great commercial from Saren Labs. I'm going to show you guys. Well, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't have that with me, so I can't. But they're the ones behind that very informative XRP video. So that kind of tells you all you need to know. Metal. I don't know. I've seen Metal before. The recent license in Washington. I have to see. I'll see in Q&A. I don't know how much Q&A I can do today, but I'm going to try. Here's one for those of you guys that love burritos and Bitcoin. So apparently April 1st, I don't know if this is an April Fool's joke. I don't think so. Is National Burrito Day, and Chipotle will be giving out free burritos and $100,000 in Bitcoin. So they're gonna give you some like random code that you can enter, and you know what? Maybe you win $100,000. The website is called Burritos or Bitcoin. So yeah, why not? Why not and try to win some burritos and Bitcoin. And look at this. Sports Auction House will now accept crypto. You know, this is funny. Again, this is something that Kevin brought up when I talked with him. He's like, oh, you know, old collectibles. This was when we were talking about NFTs. He's like, old, you know, if I like something now, 10 years later, you know, maybe people don't care about it and, you know, it's going to go become worthless. I'm like, to some extent, but, you know, like Babe Ruth stuff or any of the older stuff, just because no one is really around, you know, when they were around, doesn't mean that the value just drops to zero, right? NFTs really have like kind of like an emotional value to it, right? But this is for like real stuff, like real sports cards or memorabilia and stuff like that. But it's kind of the same thing with NFTs. That's why I don't think they'll ever really go away, because a lot of it is just emotional driven. Of course, a lot of it is due to, you know, greed and speculative investments, but still a lot of it is because you lived with it, or you grew up with it, or you simply think it has great value. You love to own you know, something very valuable that relates, you know. So I don't think it's gonna go away anytime soon. Anyways, all right, so that's pretty much it for the news. The only other thing I want to talk about is my interview lineup. So yesterday was the first LTO Network. I think a lot of you guys weren't aware of who LTO Network, what, you know, who they were. I mean, what they're all about, the project, Rick, and how they're GDPR compliant and how they're working in the United Nations. But I think they're a small upcoming project that shows a lot of promise. Well, today is StormX. A lot of you guys are aware of StormX. and their cashback app. So I talked with him. And then tomorrow I have Sue from Hut 8, and then finally Steven from Harmony 1. And yes, Harmony has been on absolute tear, on fire. So you don't want to miss that interview. That is a fantastic interview. All right. That is pretty much it. So now, let's look at CMC real quick. Look at BTC dominance. 59.1%. It is dropping once again. And today, ooh, look at Binance Coin. I didn't even notice. Binance Coin up a staggering 10%, back to about 300, and they are 46 million in market cap. Binance Coin, I've told you guys, I've created videos even recently. You know, I created a video saying four altcoins that you should have in your portfolio that will really do well, and Binance Coin was one of them. It's not a really sexy coin to hold, but it just continues to hold and go up and up and up and up. And look at it, it's distancing itself from even Cardano and Polkadot. You know, Binance Coin and their ecosystem, they're just absolutely huge. And yesterday I covered about Cosmos and their IBC and their Stargate program. And basically all these chains, if they choose to opt in, they could all talk to each other and it could be one massive, gigantic DeFi NFT ecosystem. And that is Cosmos's vision. And you know what? Binance, if they choose to opt in, they can. They can, because Binance Smart Chain is built with Cosmos SDK and Tendermint. So that's pretty big. But there's a lot of greens today. Filecoin up another 19%. Filecoin, I'm going to be 100% honest. I really regret not getting into Filecoin. I kind of just expected decentralized storage to be really, really stagnant. Like, it's there, it's a service, you know, okay. But ever since the Grayscale Trust, and then I covered recently also about Chinese publicly traded companies that's interested in utilizing Filecoin for their storage, man, they have been on a tear. So that is actually one regret that I didn't get into them. But still, there's besides them, I mean, there's just a lot of good stuff. I just I talked about Cosmos, but another promising chain, Solana, they're doing pretty good also. And you go down the list, yeah, things are looking pretty good today. Hollow chain up 45%. Not sure the reason why. Maybe they announced something big today. I didn't see anything, but they're big. Even Near Protocol, someone asked me about it yesterday. Didn't have a real opportunity to look at it yet, but things are looking pretty darn good today. All right, so let's do some Q&A. I have to look at it with my phone. Someone did ask me about metal earlier, so let's look at metal real quick. I'm pretty sure I looked at metal before. Up 241%. I'm not going to look at it anymore. Because that's just insane pump, so I'm not going to look at that anymore. Double Dash Cams asked me, you mentioned about Filecoin, how about the fact that only 3% has been distributed? Well, I have to learn more about the token economics. I see them more like NFT plays. A lot of NFT projects are like that too. But you have to look at, a lot of times it's not because they're holding 97% of the tokens. A lot of times it's just that they're reserving that for future cases. For like NFTs, for example, I know that, you know, they're reserving a lot of the tokens for future NFTs they plan on coming out with. With File Token, I'm assuming it's similar. It's similar that they're reserving it for some kind of file storage property that they need, and they just don't need to come out with it right now. So I don't know about their token economics, but it is a good question. So I'll look more into it. But still, man, crazy. Mark asked about Nulls. Hey, they passed $1 recently. Let's see if they held. Let's see. Yeah, they did. So let's see if they can hold. Nulls have some fantastic things. They're all things. Gemini Generation 3 platform, and they could support DeFi and NFTs, but they've been going up and down, unable to hold above $1. If they can hold above $1 and carry on, then they could come back in a big way. But yeah, those of you guys that's been in Nulls for a long time, I know you've been waiting. Those of you guys that are not in Nulls, you should look into it. Yeah, don't look at Drep. Someone asked me about it. There's something going on with Gate.io or something like that. There could be some kind of hack or something like that. So be careful. Do not try to jump in. It is definitely something that's not natural. So Paul says, Holo got a U.S. patent approval. So for what? Well, that was... There we go. It looks like that was 5 days ago already. So let's look at this one. Holo price spikes following U.S. patent approval for what, though? The patent design describes a system of nodes communicating according to a relaxed agent-centric distribution. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't... All this does is like they're making it more non-open source. So I'm not actually sure that's even a good thing. But if that's the reason why they're pumping, okay. But they're trying to protect their IP, which I get. But, you know, a lot of crypto projects are open source, right? They welcome people to basically fork it if they want to. But if you don't have the network effect, it doesn't really matter, right? So I don't know if that's actually a good thing. They're basically just patenting how their chain works. Any thoughts on Mina? Their new project, the token sale starts April 13th. Yeah, I'd rather not look at it since it's not a finished project yet, and they're having a token sale. SelfKey is like a ID services, you know, kind of like distributing your ID across multiple platforms. It's okay. It's not something that I'm really that interested in. What is this? Mewq? I don't even know how to say it. What is this? Open money. It's like a swap. Yeah, unfortunately, there's just too many projects like this. Too many projects with a wallet that can do swaps, that can stake, that can do a whole lot of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, it's just too competitive. What about Pokemon that will be available on Uniswap? I don't know. Is it a copy of Pokemon? It's an ICO. So they're a copy of Pokemon. I don't even know. I guess the name isn't the same, but NFT play. You know, it looks good, but I would be careful. I would be careful because I think Pokemon, the creators of Pokemon, can actually sue this company. So, I mean, it's very, very similar. It's very similar. Even the name is almost identical. So, I would actually stay away from that project because I think they could get sued and shut down. So, be careful. Rocks. James says 50% of all USDT is on Tron. I would not be surprised, because if you want to transfer between one exchange to another, you should do it with USDT on Tron. It is fast and cheap. It's almost instantaneous, and it's really, really fast. You'd rather do that than the ERC20 version, which is slow and costs a lot more. So their streaming platform. Yeah, so if you want to get into streaming platform, I would say go with Audius. Audius has 3 million users ready. They go get into NFTs. So Audius is much better play. TVK is good. Is good. Why is Bake stagnating? I think because DeFi overall kind of cooled off a little bit, and now people are looking at like the leaders of like a niche. Like for AMMs, the leader is PancakeSwap, you know, for Binance Smart Chain. So I think that's why Bakery is kind of stagnant. Same thing with a lot of the ones on Ethereum too. It could come back, but you may have to wait a little bit, wait a while. I don't like Vera that much. I don't know. There's just too much hype around it, and I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Maybe I'll wake up to it someday, but right now I'm just not a fan. Anchor. People keep asking about Anchor. Will it do 10x from here? Probably not, unless the whole market goes up a lot more. Anchor is just a one-click node setup. You know, it's like, it's not revolutionary. It just makes it easy. Makes it easy for people to run a node if they wanted to. But most likely, people that really, really want a node, they will just deploy code themselves and do it without paying Anchor to do that. Because you have to pay Anchor to do it. You know, they're hosting it for you. So there is a charge to that. And I'm not even sure the charge overcomes how much you're going to get rewarded by running that node. So you might be operating at a loss. So Anchor, to me, is just a neutral project. But you can do liquid mining with Ethereum too, so I guess that's a bonus there. Will the ETH miners revolt the next couple of days? If you're talking about ETH 1559, that's not in a few days. I don't know what other event you're talking about. Why would they revolt? But I know IP or ETH 1559, you know, which will basically redo this whole structure with gas fees and stuff like that. It will make it a lot less profitable for the miners, so obviously they don't like it. So maybe. Will audio go up again? Yes, I think it's a good project. I actually want to. I would like to talk to the CEO of Audius to interview him, because I think it's pretty promising. They started way back in the day, to give creators, or musicians, I should say, artists, a bigger cut versus, say, someone like Spotify. So they have been bootstrapping for a while, and they do have some traction. So yeah. Metal, Washington. Someone keeps asking about Metal. If it loads. Metal, crypto, Washington. Metalpay is coming to Washington. Metalpay is coming to the state of Washington. We're gaining a money transmitter license from Washington Department of Financial Institutions. Okay, it's been approved to offer financial services to people living in Washington. That means Metalpay can grow. Okay, so that's not bad, but that's not revolutionary. There's a lot of places that have money transmitting services. So this just allows them to operate in the state of Washington. No, this does not explain, Gianni, why it went up 300%. It's a silly pump. It's a silly pump. It does not deserve that at all. SmartKey is for Airbnb, car rentals, ambulances, gated communities. You mix it up self. Yes, I think I did. So let me look at that again. It's so nice out here. It's like 60 degrees right now. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. What is this? Connects the world of decentralized finance and blockchain with the world of physical assets. We are the first working platform that allows you to combine physical values and assets with DeFi, operating on Ethereum and Waves. Okay. First of all, Waves. I don't see anyone using Waves anymore. SmartKey DeFi solution for Kia, Mercedes. Use blockchain. Okay, short-term car leasing. Connector that allows DeFi projects to expand and. So I still don't get what it does. So basically, it's a fancy way to track your physical assets like cars. So you're utilizing blockchain and you're utilizing smart contracts to track and book and reserve cars and maybe go beyond that. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. But Airbnb and others, you know, Toro and there's others in this space that allows you to book and borrow cars without needing a blockchain, without needing a token. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. Is it really necessary? The answer is no. But can it be more efficient and less costly because you have one less middleman? Maybe. But still, I don't know. I think it's a little too early stage. Where is it at? It is on KuCoin, so that's good. And I don't know what it is at, but SmartKey. Okay, I'll remember that. SmartKey relates to cars. Thoughts on Quant's board of directors? Yeah, I don't have time for that right now. Doesn't matter. Appreciate it. Zero X and Matcha's climbing. They're good projects. Like Anchor, I agree with Zero X. I don't know about Matcha though. Contento's Cost.tv. I'm guessing that competes with Theta. Let's just look at it like this. Oops. Cost.tv. Yeah, some kind of streaming platform. I don't know. Theta, as big as they are, still doesn't have that much traction with their platform. So I don't know if Cost can really do better at this point. I do see more crypto videos, that's for sure, non-gaming ones. But yeah, in terms of making money, you know, this is the thing why I'll be 100% real with you guys. The reason why no creator moves off of YouTube unless they're forced to, unless they're banned, is because there's no way you can make nearly as much money. Look at this altcoin daily video he posted. It made like 4 cents, okay, versus him making $1,000 on YouTube for this. So this is the reason why there's no creators moving off. It's simply that you can't monetize as well on any other platform, right? So until someone fixes that, you're not going to see any real, at least from YouTube's standpoint, from anyone moving over. Even PewDiePie tried. DLive tried to pay him to go do streaming on DLive, and he even quit because it's just not worth it for him. Pokemon versus Super Farm, either one. I don't like either one. All right, anything else? Man, now we got a lot of people coming in. iTrading asks, love your channel. I have some money on exchanges. should I buy BTC right now or wait until it drops? That's why I've been saying you're just killing yourself trying to time top or bottom. You should just be dollar cost averaging. Bitcoin was at 52,000 not too long ago. Rather than worry about if it was going to go lower, you could have put some of that money in and waited. And now you would be up quite a bit. And then you don't have this problem where you keep wondering if you should buy in or not. Spread out your buys, dollar cost average when there's a dip, and then just go with it. If you're wrong, that's why you can dollar cost average some more. It's just simply as simple as that. Paul asked about Elf, Akash, Golem. Out of all of them, I think Akash has the biggest name recognition right now. Golem has been around for a while, but I hated the fact that they were using cloud computing for 3D rendering purposes. Akash is more full-fledged, decentralized computing, and so is Elf. But I don't know. I think they're all gonna have challenges getting mainstream adoption. It's really hard to convince companies to move off of AWS or Azure or some kind of hosted solution unless they can really prove themselves, right? So I think they're still a little early at this stage. Someone's asking about what does dollar cost average mean? It means that you're spreading out your buys and you're averaging your costs over the long haul. So if you buy something at $1, you buy something at $4, you buy something at $2, over long haul, you're grabbing at different prices, but you're averaging them out, right? That's what dollar cost average is. GLQ. I don't know what GLQ is. Doesn't even show up. Hodl, yes, that's right, or hodl. Sorry, it's a bad mistake. I mean, it's a force of habit. I look at hodl and it sounds like hold, right? That's why I say hodl, but people are saying it's hodl. It should be hodl, but I think it should be hodl. But I'm going to continue saying hodl. Why is Harmony 1 dropping? It's not dropping. Just cool it, right? When I see comments like that, when I see a project go up like 1,000x within a month, and then it takes a breather and goes down a few percent, and then I see a comments like, oh, why is it dropping? That's just really silly. That's just really, really silly, and you being greedy. Let things come to you. If you get in projects, right, hodl, and just wait for the gains to come to you. Don't chase the gains. By saying that, basically you're saying that, it has to go up forever. There's no project goes up forever. There will always be times where it takes a breather. Storage, promising storage play, but obviously Filecoin has all the momentum, and I still like Arweave quite a bit. I've been trying to get Pope, I've been trying to get Sonny to do an interview, but his secretary, I don't know, I don't know if I have email issues, but she has not been emailing me back. So I asked Sonny again. Sonny gave me another email, so I tried again. So hopefully I could get Sonny on and talk about VeChain and all the new partnerships they're having. Yeah, I mean, what else is there? Telcoin, remittance service seems okay. StormX interview coming up today. Kyle, I'm gonna be honest, probably because he has a large bag in them. That's the reason why. But to talk about Phantom, I think they're a good project. All of Andre Croney's DeFi projects have moved to Phantom. So Phantom is a fast blockchain, Ethereum compatible, and they have their own DeFi products, and they got a lot more that's running on their blockchain. So there's nothing wrong with Phantom. Yeah, there's no need to ask about Tron at this point. Only good use for Tron right now is to send USDC. It's DST. That's pretty much it. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go enjoy my day with the family. But you know what? Bitcoin is looking pretty good. Altcoins are looking even better today. Overall market is pretty good. We're coming to a conclusion for March, which is traditionally a very negative month for Bitcoin, but not this month, because this year This cycle is very, very, very different. Just pay attention to what's going on around the world, and it'll make you care less about the charts and about patterns and all this stuff. Once you realize that the world is embracing and adopting Bitcoin as a new asset class, and how there's such a limited supply and everyone wants a piece. Once you get that through your head, you'll realize, yeah, Bitcoin is going to go a lot higher, lot higher, and while it's continuing up, so will altcoins. So today we had some good days, good news, I should say, but I think there's a lot more coming. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to that interview with Simon Yu. I'm going to hop on to live chat. It is a premiere, so it won't be live, but I'll hop on a live chat and talk with you guys while it's streaming. So there you go. All right. Jack asks, any other logistics play? Look at Origin Trail. Origin Trail is another one. And I do like Elron Ryan. I think they're promising. Kind of halted a little bit, but they're promising. All right, guys, that's it.